Well, it's a good thing I didn't erase this board. So, Dreamville Fest is going on, and J. Cole has publicly stated that he regrets 7 Minute Drill. He said that he really likes the record, but there's one mistake, one blot on this record that he thinks is really lame and it's really cringe. And as the title of this album states, that 7 Minute Drill may actually be fully deleted off of streaming, and honestly, I wouldn't be surprised that some of these other songs will be deleted there as well, because there's a couple jabs in here, kind of sprinkled through across this record. But not to mention too that there's the trans bar that's also coming up that's causing a lot of controversy as well. I forget what song it's in. I think it's in Pie, which I really like that track. But this album is causing a lot more issues and a lot more problems for J. Cole than it is critical reception and praise. This album is actually getting quite critically panned, considering that he had the off season, and then he had Revenge of the Dreamers 3, and even KOD from all the way back then. J. Cole has done a really good job of kind of bridging the gap and kind of narrowing the gap between J. Cole and Kendrick, and he's been putting out a lot of quality work. And as you can see by my rating, a 6 out of 10, this is definitely a major step down from a lot of his material. And on one hand, I'm kind of sad that this diss from J. Cole's end is finished, but more of me kind of respects for actually being fully honest and saying that he kind of didn't want to do it in the first place. And when you listen to like that as a verse, there's a couple of mentions of J. Cole when it comes to the big three line, but in reality, it really wasn't directed at J. Cole. It was definitely more pointed towards Drake. And now there's this really, really sinister part of me that I'm honestly not going to be surprised if we look at this of J. Cole retracting the diss over time and Drake taking on that and dissing J. Cole in the future, saying that it's like you took a diss but you took it back. And especially considering that J. Cole, or Drake hasn't even responded yet. I have this really sick feeling that that Drake is going to, instead of taking on Kendrick, he's going to take on J. Cole and just sneak diss him for a little while because of this retracted diss. But I respect honesty in this scenario, and again, and really to be honest, like 7 Minute Drill was not a great diss. If it was a warning shot, considering if there was more to come, this was a pretty weak warning shot. And I feel like if this beef went any further, I feel like it could have got so much worse for J. Cole. And I don't really know if this was the greatest idea, but I think a lot of it, again, as J. Cole has been saying, it was just more of an in the moment idea. There's probably a lot of pressure around to actually do something like this. But it's just all around, like, sure, it's unfortunate that this beef is kind of now kind of quieted down. Who knows? There may be another verse that comes out from Kendrick, possibly dissing or maybe even acknowledging, even saying just like, don't worry, that diss was not about you or anything like that. And J. Cole, even on the diss track, gave his flowers to his discography. And even though he called one of the albums boring, I think that J. Cole has a lot of respect for Kendrick, and I think there's a lot of just kind of mutual respect between the two. And it's really unfortunate that J. Cole is just stuck in this crossfire of the big three, where two of the biggest rappers in the world are kind of just going at each other, and unfortunately J. Cole's on the side, having to take the bullets for Drake. And again, I don't think Drake is going to respond. And there's a lot of people saying it's just like, what's the point of going at Drake anymore when he's not going to respond? Well, then that just gives Drake the easy way out. That Drake can just sit there and do nothing. And when people diss him, people can say it's just like, what's the point? You're wasting your time. But there needs to be competition. There needs to be aggressiveness. There needs to be... Rap is a sport. Hip hop is a sport. And you're competing on who's the best. And sometimes it may require tearing people down. Like, for example, like in a basketball game or in some kind of sporting event, sometimes you have to trash talk your opponent to show that you're the best and to bring them down. And that's what rap is. You have to assert your dominance and you have to show that you are the best. So when you are dissing somebody in rap and you don't have someone that reciprocates, I am fully for just keeping on going and just trying to push the envelope and trying to get the person to come back with their best, because in reality we want both rappers to be at their best, to be at their top of their craft. So as long as it doesn't dive into extremely personal territory or something that goes way out of line, I think that this, honestly, beef is important in rap. It keeps rap alive, it keeps rap invigorated, it keeps it interesting. But now we've officially had J. Cole kind of bow out of it, and I think it's for the best, especially considering that we have the fall off still coming out. And I think this detour was a little bit of a mistake, and I think the full focus needs to be coming into the fall off, which I'm still really excited for that project. But I just wanted to make a video really quick to discuss what's going on here, and possibly this song might be deleted later. So thank you for watching, and I will keep you updated if there's anything else to update. So catch you later.